Okay, so we are live. So, a very, very good afternoon here from the UK. And thank you for all who are actually seeing us as live or a replay. And for the benefit of our pages, myself and Vineetha, who's my guest today, I'll just introduce myself. For people who don't know me, I'm Dr. Susie Jacob. I'm a general practitioner here in the UK, and I live in the UK with my husband, who is a chef by background, and my teenage daughter. And of course, I'm a proud digital business owner. I've been doing the business just under 2 years, and it's going to be my anniversary in a few days' time. So, second year anniversary. So, it's going really well, and I'm really pleased. And as usual, I come here once a week with a special guest every week. And the reason being is to kind of educate our audience out there about the importance, really, about having a side hustle, a business, in addition to your job, which has actually the potential of, if you really wanted to completely replace your income. So today I've brought in a special guest. She's kind of like a veteran. She's been in the business a lot longer than me. So she is all the way, Vineetha, all the way from Canada. So hi, Vineetha, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much, Dr. Susie. How are you doing?
I'm very well. It's a very hot day today in the UK. It's
Nice.
26 degrees,
Oh,
which is really hot for the UK.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really hot for our weather here. It's really hot. So, how's the weather there?
We are going into summer. We are actually getting a lot more warmer now. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
we are having great weather now.
Yeah, the past 2 days, today's been a bit hotter, and I've been doing housework today, so I'm feeling really hot.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much again for coming to our page. And for the benefit of our audience, if you could just introduce yourself, who you are, and yeah, just a bit about yourself, really.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much again for your invitation. And hi, everyone. My page follows, they might know already. My name is Vineetha. I'm originally from Kerala, India, obviously. And we are residing in Canada for the past 15 years now, 14, 15 years. I'm a mom of three. I have two girls and a boy in the middle. Yes, I'm a wife and I'm a registered nurse by profession. As you said, I'm a veteran in the business, but though I have to add one sentence there because I am one of them who started. I know this platform for 4+ years, but I took a long break. Which is a no, no, don't do it. I took almost like 2 years break since I started. So yeah, so I know this community for longer. That's for sure.
Oh, wow. Okay, right. Okay. So, everyone wants the big question. Why does, like well paid professionals, very, professions that are revered to the world's eyes and things like that? Why a noble profession? Why would you self like a nurse who, well paid? Why would you think about having an online business?
Yes, I have. We are so lucky to have those kind of stable career. That's for sure, especially in these countries. I admit that, but I'm another thing is I'm a person who was not looking for a business opportunity. I have to say that as well. I was looking for something extra, extra couple of $100, then I would be happy, because we were living paycheck to paycheck. Family is growing and expenses are, it's always skyrocketing. So I wanted something on the side. I was kept thinking about it, but I didn't want to start a business because I didn't think that I am capable to manage a business along with my full-time job and being a mom of three. And also, I'm a very introvert person and non-social media and things like that. A lot of lists, I can say. But when I came to this platform, I realized there is a huge potential. Even though, while I'm working full time, I can manage this business on the side. So I've decided, okay, with the community support, I've seen in the community a lot of people, ordinary, very ordinary people are getting so much success from this business. I've decided, okay, let's check this out. So mainly it was a side hustle. supplement my income and cut short my nursing hours along the way. And yeah, so I would say supplement income and more time with my family, without sacrificing more hours at hospital, cutting that overtime hours or long hours and stuff like that. Yes, that was my intention.
Yeah, so you didn't want to work too many hours away from your children, and you wanted something, obviously, something on the side also, because inflation, cost of living, it's always going up and up and up. And unfortunately, our incomes does not increase with that.
That's
So that's a major issue. Here also in the UK, it's something similar. And for me also, when I started the business, I was doing about 5 to 6 days a week. I was working. I was really, really exhausted. Of course, I was earning quite a lot of money, but it was at the expense of my family life. I was hardly at home. When my daughter was, now she's a teenager, she's just finished her GCSE, but when she was younger, I had a full time live in nanny. So, when you get your money, like literally a chunk of it pays off the nanny. It was like that how we were, but there was no other way because I was always working full time, and she needed, and I had no idea what she was doing in school. The nanny was looking, and I was really blessed to have a good nanny. She was taking care of everything. But of course, I was not being a mom. I was more career oriented, and of course that helped me go up the career ladder. But at the end of the day, one day, me and my daughter, we had a big argument because I came back after an on-call shift from work, and she wanted to ask me a question about whether she could go stay in her friend's house. And I was like, can't you wait to ask this question? Can't you see I came from a very tired shift from work? And then she's like, why, there's no point you being at home, mom, because if you're here also, it's as if you're not here. And
mm,
those sort of things, that actually really was like dagger into your heart kind of thing. It's then I went into a mom guilt, and then of course COVID happened, people were dying, and then you're like, I was asking myself, and my husband couldn't work that time, and I was asking myself, if I didn't work that time, first of all, a mortgage, which you have to still pay those things, isn't it?
so
So, and when people were dying and it was affecting my mental health, I couldn't take any time off because it would affect our income coming in, because I was the only one earning at that time. And that was really, really difficult. And then I understood, like, what if I get ill? What if I get long COVID? What if someone in the family becomes unwell? And that made me ask even more questions. And then I started looking into opportunities, and that was my story, really. So because at the end of the day, I was like, for me, I was trading my time for money, and I was losing out on my daughter's childhood, her, our family time. And then the thing is, because I was earning a lot, I was paying a lot more taxes. So working a lot of hours is not actually tax efficient as a employee.
yeah, that's true.
It's not, because there were times when suddenly, HMRC says, oh, you have emergency tax, you have to pay £1,000 this month extra to what you're normally paying. I used
Mhm.
to literally cry those months, and I was like, what's the whole point of working?
That's true.
Because it was a lot of sacrifice from my end. The hours I put in, how years I studied to become a doctor, educate myself, and things like that. And I was like, came to a point where I felt like this is not actually worth it. I love what I do, but I want to do it in my terms, and that's what this business has helped me achieve. From me working 6 days a week, now I work 3.5 days a week, spread over Monday to Friday, 3.5 days worth of work. My husband's quit his job because we can afford it, because he had lots, so it was more hectic, more travel and things like that. So, and yeah, and we went on five times on holiday last year, because we had the time. We didn't have to keep on asking our bosses, can we take leave and things like that, because once you earn certain amount of money, you actually call the shots.
That's true. That's true. The freedom comes with it. It's amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you cut down your hours then?
Yes, yes. I was working full time when I started the business, and it took, I think, 1.5 years or close to 2 years. 1.5 years, I would say. And then I went back to casual hours only.
Yeah.
So whenever I want, I go for work. Yes.
Yeah. So you're now on like not even like full time. You work 1 or 2 days a week, is it? Nothing
Yes,
like this.
if I have, time, if I feel like I would work more, maybe 3 days, or sometimes more, or sometimes way less. There is no fixed schedule or anything, so which is a huge thing for me.
Yeah, because otherwise you're only in hospital, isn't it?
Yes,
Because you
yes.
just because you want to have that extra income, extra pay, and things like that.
That's true. And also, I just want to touch base with what you mentioned earlier. Whenever you work overtime and the paycheck, when you look at the paycheck, it's more goes into the tax, right? So the huge amount goes towards the tax. And I feel like, why do you have to work overtime? Because it doesn't worth. It seems like, it's taking way too much when you are being an employee, and when you have a business, you really understood the difference, right? When you're an employee, they're always getting more from you, as a tax. But having a business, on your own business, then it's very a lot more options for you to increase that bracket. Yes.
And absolutely. And we are talking about, for me, I just put in about an hour a day for my business, maybe weekends a bit more because I have a bigger team and now I'm a coach also. So I, put in a bit more probably during the weekends, but generally it's just an hour. And I'm sure you yourself also, you've been able to surpass our incomes as from our, traditional jobs, isn't it? Because of this amazing opportunity.
Yes, yes. And I use my pockets of time. It's not like I'm sitting in front of the computer for like 2, 3 hours. No, I have pockets of time, while waiting for the kids to come out of their activities or school parking lot, or, even when I am at work, I don't watch those entertainment videos or, reels and stuff. I see my colleagues are paying, spending their time watching those things instead of, spending time just simply scrolling through the social media and watching all this. I spend my time in business as well. There is the master classes, as you know, that
Yeah,
we can attend, so it's all recorded. So it's just that you need to spend that time, you take that initiative and willingness to learn. So we have so many resources. So that's how
absolutely.
I actually work, pockets of time for sure.
I do the same. So when I say an hour a day, even I just do 15 minutes before work. If I get in between, I
Yeah.
put on like the mastermind. Sometimes I listen over while I do paperwork in the
Mm.
background. Then I come back, take a bit of rest, and do maybe another half an hour or so. And that's all what I do. And
Yes.
that's the beauty about it. Doing that, you have a business here that has the potential to, earn you two, three, four, times more than what you actually earn in your day job. And obviously, it doesn't happen from day one. You have to learn before you earn. So you can't just get there. But it's better than a traditional job. I mean, a traditional business where it might take about 5, 7 years to see any sort of return of investment, isn't it? And that's not the case here. And yeah, it's just been amazing, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. And I'm sure it's the same for you. Why do you think this business is, I kind of tell people having a business in the 21st century is no longer a luxury. It's not like a luxury item. Why would you think that from your point of view? I think we've shared a bit, but what do you think stands out?
I think having something on the side, it's any business, if you're comfortable, what type of business, it doesn't matter. But it's a necessity in these days, because of numerous reasons, I would say. Because, due to the inflation, you already touched base with that. The inflation, the cost of living is actually going, on a daily basis, it's going higher and higher, right? So our income is not actually getting that bigger. So we really have to think. You have to find another way to increase your income as well. And also, another thing I would say, there is nothing, actually nothing is guaranteed in this life, we all know. And so as the job, what guarantee do we have that we will have this job, tomorrow or next week, right? Anything in life is, nothing is guaranteed, I can say that. But especially in terms of job, and we learned this in a very hard way during the pandemic, right? So everybody, so many of our colleagues has lost their job, and that was like an eye opener for so many of us. So I think when you have a job, we are blessed. Then start something on the side at the same time. Work on your business slowly. You don't have to, as you said, from day one, we are not going to replace our full time income, but slowly and steadily, if you're willing, then put some effort while you having that full time job or whatever busy in your life. Um, and then focus on putting some effort on a daily basis and grow your business as well. So one day the business will take care of you, even if you don't have the job, even if your health is not also guaranteed, right? We don't know what's going to happen. If only if we have health, we'll have job. Nobody's gonna it doesn't matter how much you contributed into that firm or the hospital or whatever firm you're working with. It doesn't matter. If you lose your health, you're out of that facility. Maybe you will get few weeks of disability benefits or whatever you say, but it's not guaranteed. It's not going to give a better life for you and your family, right? So it's very necessary to have something on the side, especially this era that we are living. And we have so many resources, right? Especially when it comes to online business. And when I say our type of business model, you can work anytime. There is no quotas or targets or that you have to meet, or there is no pressure for you to finish the targets or quotas within the time, right? So whatever time that you have, you can put into your business. At the same time, you can work and you can take care of your family. So there is nothing out there like this. I'm in this platform. I know this platform business community for 4+ years. So I've seen a lot of people are accomplishing so much. They're happy in terms of their personality, development, the mindset, everything. We have as a package. It's not like they're teaching you how to make money. It has to be balanced, right? Your personality, your mindset, and then the financial growth. So we are so blessed to be in this community because we get everything. So
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I agree with your points. And I think it's more than, at the moment, things aren't looking very good for doctors, especially GPs in the UK, because two things. One is, the advent of AI. So
Yeah.
now AI is being used in a lot of things in
Mhm.
medicine. It's used in like for radiologists and things like that. It's early diagnosis of cancer. So the AI is able to detect things quite quickly, triaging through AI and things like that. So what that means is you don't need the number of people that previously needed to be there. So that means it could be a triage nurse losing their job. It could be a radiologist losing their job because AI is becoming so efficient. It wouldn't probably completely replace them, but you still don't need the numbers. And when you don't need the numbers, your hourly rate goes down because you'll be more competitive, isn't it? Because there'll be lots of people wanting that particular job. So that's number one. And of course, like for us, a lot of there's a lot of allied professionals that's able to do a lot of what we do. Like for instance, we call them advanced nurse practitioners or nurse practitioners other places. So they can do a lot of things. And again, obviously, they're a lot cheaper than having a doctor around. So a lot of people have lost their jobs because of that. Even in my company, about 2.5 months ago, they laid off about one of the private companies what I worked for. They laid off about 250 clinicians
Yeah. Yeah.
because obviously the numbers weren't balancing. And at the end of the day, that's the thing. You're just a number.
Yes, you're
You are
easily
just a number.
replaceable.
And it's frightening. And this was one thing during the pandemic. They said, oh, doctors and nurses and paramedics and everyone else is, it's a stable job. No, there's no such thing as a stable job. I saw a TikTok video of a restaurant in California which is absolutely having no human being. So the chef, the waiters, all are like robots. And it's the all those things have completely changed. So you don't need that. Driverless cars, all that. So every profession is being affected. So what is your backup plan would be my question to the audience. So if AI was to take up your job, or some alternative professional take up your job, what's your backup plan? Do you have a backup plan? So yeah, it is very, very scary times as well as exciting times. And Vinitha and myself can vouch that we are actually using those to our benefit. We are using AI and AI technology and automation and everything else to our benefit. So you can't beat them. So this is going to be the world from now. Whether you like AI or not, it's going to be involved in everything. So why don't you just accept that and then move forward and use that for your benefit?
That's so true.
um, Absolutely, absolutely. So had a lovely conversation with you today, Vineetha. Now, is there any last thoughts or words you'd like to tell our audience before we wrap up?
Yes, one simple thing is take action. If you are a person looking for something, it could be a change in your life, or for a long time you're thinking about having a side hustle or supplement your income, whatever the reason it may be. Check it out, because this can be a life changing opportunity for you. I don't know if you're willing to take that action and put some effort and willingness to have that willingness to learn, right? Because a lot of people have already done it. It's proven, it's global, and whatever part of the world you can definitely benefit from this business platform, that's for sure. So connect with the Dr. Susie, if you're following her, and then ask her questions. Watch the free session. Like, there is a free session for you, complimentary webinar. You don't have to pay anything, right? So if you find it interesting, then go to the next step. You have to be coachable, you have to be able to follow the steps. And then there is a membership fee, which is 149, which comes with the full 30-day money back guarantee, right? How much busy you are with your work or your life doesn't matter. 30 days is more than enough for you to understand everything. And then being Dr. Susie is being a coach, you can ask her all the questions, get all the clarification, then decide whether you wanted to pursue this venture or not. So from my experience, I would strongly recommend check this out completely, because this is really worth it. Yeah, so that's my
Oh, absolutely. Thanks. So whoever you've heard from Vinita, so whether you follow Vinita or myself, either of us, who you can relate with, just ask us. This has been life changing for our lives. So imagine if you could stay an extra day or two at home looking after the kids or going on holiday,
it's
without
beautiful.
asking, on a day trip. The number of day trips me and my husband now go to, it's just, and it's the more we've been able to bond together better. It's been a life changing experience, absolutely wonderful. Thank you once again, Vinita, for coming in, and I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and more and more business blessings coming your way.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Susie, and same as you, all the very best wishes and congratulations on being a coach in the business community. That's
Yeah,
a huge accomplishment. Yeah, I'm very happy for that.
yeah, thank you so much, Vinita. That's so
Thank
kind of
you.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah. Bye bye now. Bye bye.